So here we go. We're going to do a PI recap. I'm going to teach you how to do your planetary interaction. So what you're first going to do is, you're first going to go to the market over here. Right, and you're going to buy a Barren command center. You're going to buy a lava command center. You're also going to buy a lava command center. And you're going to buy one other random one. I'm in a system where I'm in a solar system where I have both a lava, a barren, and a temperate planet. So I purchased a temperate. So you'll need 3 command centers. Your third command center is basically going to be for your factory, where you have your factory planet. Okay, so you're going to have a factory planet, and that's going to be used to create your robotics. So we're going for a tier 3 item called robotics. Okay, so what we need to do first is we need to go to our planet, right? And to do this, you're going to have to use a epithel. You're going to need a ship called an epithel. And what you're going to do is, in here, in this here, command center hold, you're going to put your 3 command centers. So your lava, your barren, and your other one. Like I put a temperate. So you're going to have 3 of them in here. You're going to undock, and you're going to go look for your planets. As you can see, I've got planets here, right? We're going to look for a planet. We're going to put this on a planet. And then what you're going to do is, you're going to click this button here, upgrade, and you're going to upgrade this to the maximum you can. Okay? Now, once you have this on the planet, you're all ready to go. So, for a lava planet, we're going to be creating... consumer electronics. Okay? So, for a lava planet, is consumer electronics. We need consumer electronics, and we need mechanical parts. So consumer electronics and mechanical parts are going to make us that's going to make our robotics. So the first thing we need to do is we need to look at this planet, and we need to go into non-CS crystals. And what we're going to do is we're going to look for non-CS crystals, and we're going to look for an area where we can get non-CS crystals. And it looks about here. About here will be ideal. We'll be able to capture this, and we should be able to capture that. Okay? We also need heavy metals. And you can see we've got heavy metals here as well. So we're doing good here, okay? This is ideal. So what first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on build. Right? And I'm going to take a lava launch pad, and I'm going to put a lava launch pad here. I'm going to put my lava launch pad about here, like that, okay? Right? The next thing I need is a storage facility, somewhere to store all these items that I'm getting. So the next one is a storage facility. So I'm going to click on storage facility, and I'm going to put that right about here. You can see it's red. I want it grey, so like that, really close together, yeah? We want these as close together as we can get. Now, the next thing I'm going to need is I'm going to need factories. And I'm going to need basic factories. Okay? So I'm going to put a basic factory. I'm going to put one here. Like that. And I'm going to put another one here like that. Very close together. We want these all close together. The closer they are, the less power grid and power load and CPU load we use. Okay? The next thing I need is my lava extractors. Right. So I'm going to put one of these here like that. In fact, I'm just going to move this here and put it there. Now if you zoom out, you can see there's this big circle. Right, and we want this circle to encapture. We want this circle to encapture the areas where we're going to mine. So I'm going to put this about here, like that, right? I'm going to click submit. Now, I do need to put another one. But first off, what I want to do is go to scan, and I want to go to heavy metals. Heavy metals is here. So what I'm going to do is go back to build. I'm going to go back to lava extractor. And I'm going to put the next lava extractor right here. On this one here. And click it. Now what I'm going to do is create a link. And what I want to do is I want to link these together. So the first thing to do, click create link. I'm going to click on this one, then this one, and then this one. So these two are linked together. I'm going to click on this one here to this one here to this one, and then this one here to this one. So I've now created everything. That's all done, okay? This is all now created. This is basically what I need to do. I'm going to click submit. So the first thing I'm going to do is come down to scan. I'm going to click non-CS crystals here. And I'm going to set up this mining head here to mine. Hey Rushlock, how you doing? Thank you for coming along. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually recording this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up and I'm going to mine non-CS crystals. Okay. So we're going to click the install extraction program. We're going to come over here and we're going to select non-CS crystals. We're going to select this and I'm going to put this to 3 days, right? You can put this to 14 days if you want, but I'm going to put it to 3 days, okay? So 3 days. This is ready to go. Now what I need to do is install the heads. So I'm going to click on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? You can see my power load and my CPU load are going up every time I put one of these things on. Now what I'm going to do is come down here and I'm going to put one here like this, one here like this, one like this, one like this. I need an extra one, so one like this. And I'm creating a flower. So like a flower shape, okay? You can see here, this is telling me how much I'm going to get from doing this. So when I'm extracting this ore, this is how much I get. And you can see over time, it starts to get lower and lower and lower. Now there's a thing you can do here. This. Have you noticed that these are saying minus 1%, minus 1%, and minus 2%? We're actually losing more ore because we've got these touching and intersecting each other. They don't want to be touching each other. So we need to make sure that these are all like this. You can see we've got 79, 71, 72, 74, 71. This is ideal. This is perfect. So what I'm going to do is click Start Extraction. Right? It's going to tell me that this stuff is not rooted. It says here, not rooted. So what I need to do is, I need to come over here to products. I'm going to select non-CS crystals. I'm going to select create a root. And I'm going to double click on this storage facility here. So double click on that. Now you can see this has gone yellow. It's going to take all this product and put it in this storage facility, okay? What I need to do is I need to set this up. Because I want this stuff here. I want this stuff, non-CS crystals to go into here and make shield structures. So what I'm going to do is click on this. I'm going to type in, I'm going to hit the C key. And it's going to automatically choose shield structures. I'm going to click install. And it says here, create a root. So the first thing I need to do is come over here. Right here. And I need to go to roots. Select this one here. Create a root and double click on this factory. So there we go. We've selected that. Now what I need to do is come back to this one. And I need to go to products. Shield structures. Create a root. And I want to click on this rocket pad. And you can see it goes yellow. So this is fixed. This side is all done. I need to do the exact same thing on this side. So we're going to go to heavy metals, if I'm right. So I'm going to click heavy metals here in the scan area. And you can see here, we've got heavy metals here. We've got heavy metals up here. So what I'm going to do is click on this. Over here. And I want to mine heavy metals. So I'm going to look for heavy metals. Right here. And I'm going to set this to 3 days. You can set this to as much as you want. But I'm setting it to 3 days. Just like this. 3 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. You can see if we get here, we're only going to get 5,250 units. Right? I want more than that. Right? So, I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to drop these over here. Right? Just like this. I'm just going to put these over here like this. Now, over here, we can't really get a flower sort of shape over here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do it roughly like this. And you can see we're going to get 30,000 units on this first pull. So in an hour's time, we'll get 30,000 units. That's a huge amount. Right? 22,000. So I'm just going to pop that. Yeah, I'm going to pop that there like that. Right? I'm going to click start. So this one's done. It says it's not routed. So I need to go to products, heavy metals, create route, and I need to send this back to the storage facility. So I'm going to double left click on this storage facility. There we go. Now remember, I've got that stuff going into here. I need that to go into here so it can turn it into a different product. It's going to turn it into toxic metals. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click the T key on my keyboard and it will choose toxic metals. And I'm going to click install. Now I've got products. So I'm going to click this here, toxic metals, create route, and I'm going to double left click on the rocket pad. And that's done. So you can see it's yellow, but it's got a red outline. And the reason is we've got a product in here that we need to put there. So I'm going to come over to this one. I'm going to click routes here. And you can see here we've got toxic heavy metals. I'm going to select the heavy metals because that's incoming. So select the heavy metals. Create a route and double left click on this factory and it should turn yellow. This is done. Right? This is done. Right? We're creating these. We're basically creating this stuff. Yeah, we're coming over here. It's creating this stuff and it's turning it into this. Right? So in here we should have chiral structures and toxic metals, okay? Now, there's one more thing I need to do. I need to come over to build, and I need to go to advanced industry, and collect an advanced industry, and put an advanced industry right about here. And I'm going to select that. I'm going to click create a link, and I'm going to left click on this one, and left click on here. Right? Now, we're going to be making consumer electronics. So I'm going to come over here. Oh, we're wrong one. Right, we're going to come over here. And we're just going to click submit. So this is all ready. Going to come over here. And I'm going to select consumer electronics. And you can see it's already selected for me. So I'm going to click install. I'm going to come to products. Consumer electronics, create a route and send them to this factory. Like that. Send that to the rocket pad. Now I've got items in here coming in. I've got items coming in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the chiral structures first. Create a route and double click on this factory. Create a route. Toxic metals. Right? Create a route, double click on that, and it turns yellow. So what I've done here is, the mining head is collecting chiral structures, and it's collecting non-CS crystals and heavy metals. It's turning them into chiral structures by these factories, chiral structures, and toxic metals. Those toxic metals are being sent to this storage area here. Right? So this is our main area where we mine all the stuff and all the stuff gets stored. It goes into these factories. These factories produce a second part. And that second part, that refined mineral, is going into this rocket pad. From this rocket pad, it's coming out of this rocket pad. And it's going into this factory here. And being turned into our final product. Our consumer electronics. Okay? And then the consumer electronics are being sent back to the rocket pad. So this rocket pad, after a while, should have chiral structures, toxic metals, and consumer electronics inside it. Okay? So that's that one done. That's our first planet set up. Now the next one we want to set up is this one here. Is a barren planet, okay? So we're going to come over to a barren planet. Right? And we're going to come over here. We're going to do exactly the same thing. Go to scan. And for here, we want noble metals and base metals. You can see we've got a lot of base metals here. Huge amount of base metals. Huge amount of base metals. Right? Lots of base metal. What we're really going to struggle for is noble metals. And if you look, there's not really much noble metals here. So we need to adjust our scan strength here. Right? Until we show some noble metals showing up. You can see some red areas. Now what we want is a white area. We want this to turn white. So we're going to keep looking, and here's a white area. Okay? Over here is a white area. It's only one. So I'm going to move down a little tiny bit more until I show another one. And you can see this one is becoming semi-white. We could mine here, but it could be problematic. The only one really is here. Right? So I'm going to move it down a little tiny bit more. And you can see here I've got a bit here. And I've got an area here. Now what I want to do is go back to our base metals. And check where the base metals are. Totally fine. So our noble metals are here. In the center of the screen. And our base metals are basically around the outside of it. So we're going to mine it here. Here and here. Here. Here and here. So what I'm going to do is. I'm going to come to noble metals. I'm going to select build. And the first thing I'm going to put down is a launch pad. So my launch pad is going to go here. Right? My launch pad is going here. I'm going to put my launch pad down. I'm going to grab myself an advanced factory. And I'm going to put that above. Like that. I'm going to take a storage unit. And I'm going to put that down here. Now red, we can't drop it. Has to be white. Okay. Pop that there like that. It's a bit messed up, but that'll do. We're going to go and take our factories, basic factories. And we're going to put one on the end here. Get it, try and get it nice and close. We're going to come over, ooh, there, like that. And another one on here like that. Boom. And now I want extractors. So I'm going to put an extractor here. Right? And I'm actually going to move my extractor over so I can cover as much of this area as I can. So I'm going to put my extractor right about here. Now what I want to do is I want to come to scan. I want to check my base metals. So my base metals, roughly the same area. Noble metals here. Base metals here. Right? So I can literally put my other one here. So I'm going to go over to build, extract control unit, and I'm going to put my extract control unit right here. Oh. We've done that. Now what I need to do is link all these up. So I'm going to select create link, and I'm going to left click on this one to here, from this one to there, from this one to there, from this one to there, this one to there, and this one to there. So I've got my links going this way, and then going up to here. Click submit. So this is now done, okay? It's going to cost me a little bit of ISK. 1.6 million ISK there to do that. We're going to come over here, and we're going to go to scan, noble metals, and we're going to select this and click install program, and we're going to select noble metals here, and I'm going to move this to 3 days. So every 3 days I'll come and back here and mess around with this, okay? So I'll put 3 days, and I'm going to install some extractors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Now you can see these extractors are a certain size. The higher this goes, the bigger the extractor heads get. So a lot more area. So what I'm trying to do is keep that area fairly low. So this one here. And what I'm going to do is just place these around. Now this is not really a good area, because you can see we're not really getting a lot out of this. But it'll be enough. It'll be enough to do what we want to do. Right, so I'm doing this. Now you can see this one here is going to collide with these other ones. So what I want to do is shimmy this one around. So I'm going to shimmy this one around. I'm going to shimmy this one around. I'm going to shimmy this one around. And we should be able to get this one tucked in here now. Oh, there we go. It's going to make about 10,000 units. It's not really a lot, but that'll have to do. This is a really pretty rubbish planet that we've got here. So I'm going to click Start Extraction. Now it says it's not rooted. And that's totally right. So the first thing we want to do is go to Products. Noble Metals. Right? Because this is where it's coming from. Noble Metals. Create a route and double click on the storage center. So that's now done. Okay? We're going to come over here to this one. We're going to select this one. And we're going to choose reactive metals. Right? No, precious metals. Precious metals. This one. Okay? And we're going to take the precious metals and install it. And it says here, we need noble metals. So what we're going to do here is, we're going to come here, and we're going to go to our routes, and we're going to take the noble metals that are coming in. We're going to create a route and send them to this factory. Okay? Like that. Right? So we've got these going in. Noble metals are going in. And it says not rooted. So what we need to do is route these precious metals out. And I'm going to select this. So you can see here, I selected product. I'm going to click on this one. Create a route. And I'm going to send it to this factory. To this rocket pad. So I'm going to double left click on that rocket pad. You can see these are now yellow. These are ready to go. I need to do exactly the same thing over here. Now what we want to do here is we want to go for base metals. Okay. So this one, we're going to go for base metals. Choose the base metals. We're going to install a program. We're going to set it to 3 days. Like this. We're going to hit our install buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You might not be able to have 7 each, because it does take a lot of power load and CPU. But this will do for us. Alright, so I've got these. Right? No resource selected. I need to select a resource. And we need base metals. So we're going to click base metals. And now what I'm going to do is just drag these over, and we're going to set up our base metals here. So I'm just going to drag these over. Like this. Making sure they don't touch each other. Just like that. Boom. Done. Gonna click Start Extraction. Now you can see it says not rooted. So I want to take the products from here, the base metals. I want to route these. So I'm going to left click on it. Left click on create a route. And send it to this storage center here. So double left click on the storage center. It goes yellow. Right? Now I need to send this stuff. I need to set this factory up. And this factory is gonna create our reactive metals. It's gonna come over here, reactive metals, install, and you can see here it says base metals. There's no base metals. So what we need to do is we need to come over to this one here. We need to select roots, base metals, create a root, and double left click on that factory. So that's done. Now what I need to do is select this one, product, reactive metals, create a root, and click on this one here on the rocket pad. So what I've got now is I've got my products being taken from both of these two areas, and those base 1 products are being sent to this storage pad. These factories are taking that basic mineral, turning it into a secondary mineral, and sending it to this rocket pad. So this rocket pad should have precious and reactive metals going in there. Now the problem is we need to send it to this factory here. So we have to set it up to this factory. And this factory is going to produce mechanical parts. So it's already chosen for us, mechanical parts. We're going to click install. And now what I'm going to do is come over here. I'm going to click roots, precious metals, create a root, and double left click on that factory. Right? Going to come here, roots, reactive metals, create a root, and double left click on that factory. So they've been sent there. Now what I need to do is select this, mechanical parts. So I'm going to click the products, I'm going to select the products, mechanical parts, create a route, and I'm going to send it to this rocket pad. This should all turn yellow. Everything is yellow, nothing's flashing red. This is fully set up and ready to go. I'm going to click submit. So that is done. Okay? This is now mining. So this extraction head is mining, this is mining, and these factories are waiting for the product. Okay? Right? Now, you can see I've got another 2 here that I need to set up, but I'm just showing you how to set up just a couple, right? So these 2 planets are creating consumer electronics and mechanical parts. And what we need is one of these. We need a 3rd planet. You can see this one is a temperate planet. And you can see here, what I've done is I've set this up very differently. You can see I've got my command center there, and I've got my command center maxed out. So when I put my command center onto a planet, be sure you need to be undocked to put a command center onto a planet. You can't do it from inside a station. You have to be undocked, okay? So you're going to undock, you're going to take your command center out of your epithel, and you're going to place it onto this planet. And when you place it, once you've placed it, you're going to click on upgrade, and you're going to upgrade this to as high as you can. So you get more CPU and power grid here. Now what you're going to do is, you're going to place advanced factories. Okay, you could have 2, 3, 4, and you can see I've got a few advanced factories. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to be creating those products, the mechanical parts and the consumer electronics, on totally different planets. I'm going to need to collect them off those 2 planets to bring them to this one. So I'm going to bring those products to this planet. And what I'll do is I'll warp to the commands to the thing here, right? So what I'll do is I'll undock and I'll show you. So I'm going to collect that stuff and I'm going to put it into my epithel. Right, it's going to be inside my epithel. It'll be in here. So I'll have those 2 products in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click here, customs office, warp to within 0.
Warp drive active.
And that is going to warp me to that customs office. A customs office is where we put stuff into the factory. Okay? It's where we put the stuff into the factory, okay? So when I get here, what I would do is I would target the customs office, and when I land here, I'm gonna open up the customs office. So I will click access customs office like this, and a little box will pop up. Right? No items found. Nothing found. What I'm going to do is take those two objects, the mechanical parts and consumer electronics, I'm going to drag them out of here, and I'm going to put them into here. I'm going to drag it out of here, and I'm going to put it into here. And I will have two products in here, and now what I need to do is transfer them over here. So once they're in this left-hand panel, I'm going to drag them into this right-hand panel, and click transfer. Right, so they're going to be over here like this, right? Let me just show you. So I've got those two products. They're going to be over here. What I'll actually do is I'll split these in half, and I'll show you how you do it, right? So I'll just do 210 in there, like that, right? So let's pretend these are mechanical parts. These are consumer electronics. I'm going to drag them over there like that. One there like that. One there like that. And I'll have two separate units. And I'm just going to drag it over like that. And then I'm going to click transfer. And it's going to charge me to do that. But these items have now been transferred into this rocket pad. Right? Once that's done, I can go and dock up.
Warp drive active.
Because I can do this all from inside the station. The only thing I need to do is go and drop that stuff off there. Once it's dropped off, I can do everything else in the station. So we're going to go back to the station. We take your time. We're going to get to the station. You can see we're doing pretty well here. So we're going to dock up. And then we're going to access this, all right?
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Right. So we're going to access this. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to have this here. You're going to have this and this. And you're going to set up some factories. And each factory, you're going to set this. Each factory, you're going to set this to robotics. So every single one of these factories is going to be making robotics. Nothing else but robotics. Then what you're going to do is, you're going to come to this, and you're going to select your routes. And you're going to have consumer electronics going to every single one of these factories. So you're going to route consumer electronics from this rocket pad to every single one of these factories. And then you're going to route mechanical parts from this rocket pad to every single one of these factories. So these factories should be getting stocked up with mechanical parts and consumer electronics. Now once you've done that, these factories are going to be making a product. And that product is robotics. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to set robotics, create a route, and double left click on this rocket pad. On every single one of these factories. Once you've done that, all of these factories should turn yellow. There shouldn't be no red on these factories. They should all turn yellow. So the product is being delivered to this planet, to this rocket pad, and it's being sent to each one of these factories, okay? And then the product that comes out of these factories, the robotics, is being sent to this rocket pad. The robotics is the one that we're selling. So the robotics is what we're selling. Nothing else but robotics. That's what we're going to be selling. These. We're going to be selling these. 60 to 80,000. You can sell them in Dodoxy and places like that for around 50 to 60,000 each. So you're not going to be selling them to these guys. You're going to be selling them to these guys that pay you 60, 70,000 disc. Okay? That is what you're going to do. And this is what you're going to make. Now, what this is doing is basically making you free money. All you need to do is every 3 days is go to this planet, come over here to these, click this, right? Hit this here, click stop and start. Select this one here, stop and start, and submit. And that is all you're going to have to do until this rocket pad is filled up. Right, until this rocket pad is filled up with consumer electronics. Once this rocket pad is filled with consumer electronics, and you can't get any more in there, you're going to warp to this planet. Right, so you're going to warp to this planet, to the customs office, and you're going to do the opposite. Instead of the items in the left-hand screen, you're going to take the consumer electronics and the mechanical parts, and you're going to put them out of the planet. So they'll be in the right-hand panel. You're going to move them to the left-hand panel. Click transfer. Okay? That's what you're going to do. That is PI in a nutshell. That is going to teach you how to make money for free just by doing random things. Okay? Right? That's what you're going to do. And that's how you do it, ladies and gents, okay? Give me 1 second.